Today we are at Sequoia National Park. So this is our first national park of 2024. We're using our annual pass to get in here. Look how beautiful this is. So we're standing right here above a running rapids river. We've got snow-peaked mountains behind us. Haven't seen the sequoias yet, but we're heading that direction. The visitor center is just a little bit in. We're gonna make a stop there. There are some road closures today. They're gonna be a bit of a challenge for us, but I think we can make everything work just fine. I'm excited to see this park.
Yeah. I've got to control the camera. It's hard to work with the dog in the camera, but I'm getting the hang of it. We're just getting started and Pepper's like finding every single shady spot she can find and she lays in it. I thought the herding breed was a little bit more, I don't know, adventurous than that. Roadkill. Hey Pep, you mind? We're trying to vlog here. You're not helping.
She acts like she's been running a mile. She's been riding in the van. She's done nothing, literally.
Just got up.
Just went into the visitor center, got our passport stamped for Sequoia National Park, and then I've been, as we go to the different national parks, buying the postcards for each national park. So I went ahead and got Sequoia and Kings Canyon. Not sure if we're gonna make it into Kings Canyon today, but we might. And of course, the magnet.
Hey guys, so just a quick heads up. We are here in May. It is not peak season. Summertime is peak season. So it could be an issue with parking. We are in our 21-foot van. We haven't had any issues yet, but it is getting busy. I mean, sometimes it's hard to find a parking spot. So just a heads up, if you plan on coming in the summer during peak season, be wary of that.
The first stop in Sequoia National Park is Tunnel Rock, and we're about to walk over to this. So this is a huge rock that has fallen over another rock and made a natural tunnel that you can walk through. But also just standing here, you've got the river right here, and just the sound of the river. It's rushing down in the valley below. You've got the beautiful mountains around you. This is a gorgeous spot.
Right, you can actually walk out on the rock. As you can see, just a small little hike right up to the top and then out on the rock. I'm about to go do that.
My balance completely sucks, so I was not even thinking about trying to go out on that rock because I would have fallen. That's just my luck. So I said earlier that this was a naturally fallen rock. It's not. So I read the sign over here, and the Corps of Engineers decided when they were putting this national park together to make some spaces like this. And back a long time ago, the road, you could actually drive through it. The road went through the rock, but now there's so many people that come here, they decided the road will run next to the rock and you can just walk through it. This is hands down the windiest road we've ever been on in our lives. It's literally snaking like this, up and through the mountains and through these valleys and these beautiful sights around us. So right here, we're in a pinhook turn, and this is the overlook. So you can stop here. They have actual parking where you can get out and enjoy the beauty without going, oh, we're going around a curve, we're going around a curve. So look how beautiful this is.
Just FYI too, y'all. There are absolutely no gas stations in the park, so make sure that you fill up before you get into the park, which I did because I figured there's not going to be any in the park. It takes what was it, an hour and a half, 2 hours to get through the park? Yeah, so make sure you got a full tank of gas.
So right here too, it gives you an idea of everything around you and what you're going to see. So if you look up here on the top of this mountain, that is the Giant's Forest. That's where the big sequoias are, at the very top. The big rock is Morrow Rock, which is a lookout point you can actually climb to. So from right here, you can kind of see where we're headed. Straight ahead that way is called Castle Rock, and you can tell it looks like a castle built into the side of the mountain. And then right now you can't see it, but off in the distance, because there's clouds around it, is the highest peak in the area, which is Mount Eisen, E-I-S-E-N, which is 12,160 feet. That's the highest point right here in this area. So the next stop along the road is Hospital Rock. There's a parking lot right here. It's a very short little walk, and then there's stone steps taking you up to the rock. So this is a natural formation, and you can see very, very old, like cave writings, Native American writings on the side of the rock. It's a beautiful little spot. Just a very quick little boop. Here you go. Here's the spot. So Jason decided to stay in Ellie with Pepper. Pepper's still a puppy. We have to remember that. So yes, most dogs can manage hikes, but we have to think of her like a toddler child. So she can only manage little bitty hikes, little bits at a time. So we've decided we're gonna kind of take shifts in doing some of these things. So I decided I would come to Hospital Rock, and he's staying with Pepper. You can climb on the rock a little bit. I'm not gonna get any further than this, but from right here, I can feel and touch the rock that's got the old writings on it. And you know, it's kind of scary because if this rock shifts, I'm dead. So let's really hope it doesn't shift. My God, we are into the giants now. So we drove through a patch that was burned. I'm not sure if it was a controlled burn or if it was a forest fire that killed those trees, but we are officially in the land of the giants. This is incredible. The trees are huge. Like, the pictures I've seen do not do it justice. When you drive by and can really like get a grasp on the size of this, it's amazing. Wow, we just stopped so we can get out and look at the trees. This is insane. Look at these trees behind me. And they keep going. They're beautiful. And these aren't even the biggest. We're gonna get to more of a center area, but you can start seeing the sequoias all around and the different ages of them. You see some smaller ones, some big ones, but these two right here are ginormous. They're the two biggest ones we've seen so far. Crazy, beautiful. So this is more incredible than I thought it was gonna be. I'm like, oh yeah, it's gonna be a forest, it's gonna be some big trees. No, when you see them, when you get next to them, when you really understand the size of them, takes your breath away.
Yeah, so all the trees are kind of charred. It's a national park. I'm assuming that's a controlled burn, you know, to out with the old, in with the new growth, keeps things beautiful, cuts down on the mosquitoes and whatnot. We're just starting to get into the giant forest, and these things are massive. I mean, this one's probably what, 9-10 feet in diameter at the base?
At least.
Okay, and these are the small ones. But these things, look, you guys, whoa. Insane. Pepper's over there barking in the van. She's like, hurry up, Mom and Dad. But this is gnarly, beautiful.
So we are in the main area of Sequoia National Park. Huge parking lot here, and from here, we're in the middle of the forest of giants. So literally, that's right here by me, by the RV. And there's lots of trails around here that you can walk to. Also, you can hike to Morrow Rock from here. And that was on the plan, except it's thundering. So we're not sure if that means a thunderstorm's coming through, because we have no signal, so we can't check the weather. But it's definitely dark clouds, dark skies, and thunder. So I'm not sure if we're going to take a hike right now. I think we're just gonna walk around this main area, stay close to the parking lot in case it starts storming. Food for thought. Please, 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 if you're not in an RV, don't park in the RV section. This car right here, it's not going anywhere anytime soon because it's completely blocked in with RVs now. And we didn't have a choice. We had to take the last RV spot. So we're parked. There is a car in front of us, but we made sure to give them plenty of room to get out. But there's only like 7 parking spots for RVs and another 100 parking spaces. So if you're in a car, please don't take an RV spot, or that's gonna happen to you. And we're not the ones that blocked them in. Well, we have them blocked in, but that's not our fault. We had to park where we're parked.
So there is a storm brewing up above here, and it's starting to sprinkle. So Lisa's gonna make us some lunch real quick. We'll go walk Pepper around, and hopefully it'll pass and we can make our way to Morrow Rock.
I see blue skies over here, so hopefully it's moving this way.
Yeah.
The tree in front of us is called the Sentinel, and to me, this looks like a massive tree, but in the world of sequoias, it's an average tree. So this tree is 2,200 years old. Let that sink in for a second. 2,200 years old, and this is an average tree. It's 700 tons, and there's trees bigger than this.
So I'm just here in the museum reading all the cool stuff about all the trees, and it's interesting. They grow in one little concentrated area, so above 7,500 feet in elevation, it's too cold, and below 5,000, it's too dry. So the conditions are right for those big trees to grow in right in between that. So the sequoias only grow naturally on the western slope mountains right here, only place in the world. And they're not to be confused with the redwoods, which are more on the western, northwestern coastlines. They grow taller and thinner than the sequoias. The sequoias are shorter, much fatter. See, here's the coast redwoods, much taller and thinner than the giant sequoias, much wider and shorter. Some of these trees can be 36, 40 feet in width at the base. It's huge.
We're on the trail up to Morro Rock. I can't talk today. It's completely paved, and I think at certain times of the year you can drive it. But man, just look at this. We are standing right now higher than some of the mountains out there. You just look out and you just see peak after peak after peak after peak far off into the distance. It's so breathtaking.
I just gotta say how cool this is. Man, we are climbing up this road amongst all these huge sequoia trees and other kind of trees, this forest, and you can hear the trees moving from the wind, and it's thundering quite often, and I'm thinking, this is rad. This is so neat. It's full on raining now. Gotta put the camera away.
We had to give it up. The sleet's really coming down, so we didn't make it all the way up to the top of Morro Rock.
And our Pepper is in her crate in the van. So we got all this camera gear and we just don't want to chance it, but leaves us something to be desired. We'll come back for the tunnel.
Absolutely.
The log, what is it, whatever it's called.
Well, we were heading up to Morro Rock.
Well, we were going to Morro Rock, but then there's the log that you can drive through.
The tunnel log, I think, is on the same road.
We're not sure.
I'm not sure. but
there's signs down here.
But Morro Rock is a bust for this trip, but you know what?
Hey, I'm sure it's a big, beautiful rock. And you know what? We'll come back and see it.
Yeah.
But for anybody that's seen it in person, leave a comment. Let us know how cool it was, what we missed. But circumstances are just not in our favor right now.
Do you hear that thunder?
It's
Holy
cool,
crap.
Though. It's cool, but not with all this equipment.
Nope.
We don't have any waterproof bags or anything like that.
All right, let's get back to the van.
No, that's my sock. Oh, good thing we came back, or good thing it rained. It's like divine intervention. Somebody, me, forgot to latch the cage or kennel. I covered it, but I didn't latch it properly. That's the first time that's happened. So when we got back, she was free. She didn't pee, she used the bathroom, she didn't chew any phone cords or anything like that, so she was a good girl.
Good Pepper.
Yeah, we were gonna put her in the kennel and enjoy our walk. Well, you saw what happened. So. It's all good, because the only bad thing is our feet got soaked.
Oh, did they?
Everything else is good. Camera gear good, Elisa's good, I'm good, in no particular order.
Okay, off we go.
That was fun all by itself.
It was.
Sometimes that's more fun than actually seeing the beauty. Being caught in something like this.
It was an adventure.
It's exhilarating.
The rain and the sleet stopped and the blue sky has come out just as we've arrived at the General Sherman tree. There it is. That is the General Sherman, the biggest tree in the world. Not just in this area, in the world, and it's based on the volume of the trunk. So the top of the tree is dead. It's not growing anymore, but it still continues to grow out, and just the sheer size and volume of the tree is what makes it the biggest tree in the world. It's just so impressive walking through here. So this entire trail is paved. So is it an easy walk? Well, it's, up and down, so it's not easy, but it's totally doable. Jason turned around with Pepper because she was not liking people, and there was a sign that said no pets that we did not know about. So he took her back, and I have made it this far where I can see the tree down there. The trail does continue down, so if I wanted to go stand right in front of the tree, you can do that. So I'm going to show you as the trail keeps on going. So just an FYI, the trail going down is downhill. The trail going back up to the parking lot, all uphill. What a day today was. So Sequoia National Park is more beautiful than I imagined it being. So, you do research, you see pictures, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna go see some trees, I'm gonna go see, some beautiful mountains and valleys. But when you're there, it's kind of magical. Like, you're just like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm here. I can't believe I'm seeing these big, majestic trees. So overall, today was fantastic. Did everything go right? No. Obviously, we had a few mishaps thanks to this one. So traveling with a puppy is a lot more challenging than we thought it would be.
We got a puppy for sale if anybody is interested. Her name is Pepper.
Aww.
She weighs 19 pounds. She's got all of her vaccines and shots up to date, and she's potty trained. Oh, Pepper.
So I think we just...
Not a typical vlog here.
No, we did not see online that you couldn't bring pets onto the trails. And I'm just assuming, hey, this is the great outdoors, the pets should be fine on the trails. But when we get to the trails, there's no pet signs. So we have to go put her up at each one. And then it rained, and we just had a few things go wrong today, but overall, still fantastic day. We were there pretty much all day. One thing that we did right, and this was a complete accident, was we arrived at about 10:30, which was perfect because we entered on the south side, and there was this road closure, and the road was only open from noon to 1. So that gave us plenty of time to go through the first part of the park and be prepped and ready for noon for that road to open so we could go through to the other side. So there's a few different ways you can do Sequoia. You can go all the way through, or you can go in and then turn around and come back. That's what we did this time because we had booked a campsite here in Three Rivers, which is where we are right now. My ideal, if I do this again, this is what I'm gonna do. Have a travel day and get to Three Rivers. Stay in Three Rivers, or if you have a small camper van like this or you're tent camping, go into Sequoia National Park and go to that first campground and stay there. Either way, get prepped and ready so first thing in the morning you can get up early and you can start the drive. Most of this national park you're driving, and it's beautiful sights everywhere around you, but you're in your car or your RV, you're driving. So start first thing in the morning. You're gonna beat those crowds and get to those special sites early in the day. Then you can make it all the way to the midpoint, which is the Kings Canyon Visitor Center. And from there, you could spend another night. There's campgrounds in the national park, or you can go right outside and camp there, or stay in a hotel if you're not camping. And then the second day, drive the entire Kings Canyon. And I think doing it like that, you're gonna see everything, you're gonna do everything. Don't bring a pet with you because the pets can't be there. But overall, I think this is a great national park. Actually, it's 2 national parks, but we only saw one. And this is something I usually don't keep these park maps, but I am keeping this one because I want to do this trip again, and I want to do it the way I just said. So I'm going to keep this as a reminder of where to start, where to go, where to spend the night, and then where to continue on. So overall, I'm going to give, Sequoia 2 thumbs up. We are right on the river, so we're gonna walk down. Now we've had dinner, we're gonna walk down to the river, and I think there's a little beach down there, and we can just chill down there and watch the sunset. And then tomorrow we're taking off. So the original plan was that we were gonna do Sequoia, and then we were gonna go to Yosemite. Well, after being here and seeing how undog friendly it is, and knowing that Yosemite is even bigger and grander and we would have to leave her for longer periods of time, we've decided not to do Yosemite right now, and we're gonna go back to the California coast and then work our way up from there. Sound like a good plan? You want to come have any thoughts?
Yeah. Dogs are awesome, but puppies are a lot of work. Especially, I think it was a bit ambitious for us to take a puppy, especially an Australian Shepherd, on the road with us, and she's done remarkable, y'all, in a lot of ways. But it's like it's an infant child with razor sharp teeth, and that comes with its challenges. And Lisa and I, had our freedom, and that freedom is pretty much gone. Our world revolves around her. So finding that, that rhythm has been difficult for me, for those two things. So it's part of me that's like, it's hard to carry on for any length of time in this van with that puppy because, she requires all of your time, and I feel like I want to give her all that time that she needs. And then I got Elisa over here. She's planning, these mammoth trips, and I want to satisfy that as well. So it's just like it's tug of war sort of for me. So this part of me wants to go home so that we can, and then wait and do some RV travel so that we can get the dog a little more settled down. I even told her, when we were embarking on this, or about to embark on this trip, I was like, this is too ambitious. I don't think she's going to be ready. But this one doesn't back down. So me, I'm like, all right, we'll give it a try. And so far, so good. So we don't know. She thinks we're going to the coast, but we might not be.
Well, I thought we decided on
Keeping
that.
it real, y'all. Keeping it real. But yeah, we don't know. I won't know until tomorrow.
Well, basically, you're going to have to stay tuned in the next video to see what we're doing next.
Yeah. But there was a lot of fun had in there also.
Yeah, today was a great day.
Today was a great day. When we were in the giant forest, it was magical. It was beautiful. Truly was, and getting to share that moment with Lisa and almost the puppy. Yeah, we took her out a couple of times, and she was just jumping at every person that was coming by.
Yeah.
And so we were like,
She doesn't do well with crowds.
So here we are, a couple of vloggers with a brand new puppy, and we've got to figure this out.
Well, stay tuned to see what's next.
Yeah. We did not film any of this, but on tonight's menu we had steaks and we had some jalapeno cheddar brats cooked on my little Grill King right here. We just didn't film it for whatever reason, but yeah, like Elisa said, there's a river down there. We're gonna go take a walk, bring Pepper, and go see what that is. What river is that?
It is the
It's a beautiful river.
Kauai?
Kaweah. Kauai River. Anyway, we're gonna go down there and check that out. The manager that is over this place was telling us, keep a lookout for bears. You'll see them all the time around here. So that's pretty cool.